The Toledo Institute for Development and Environment, TIDE, has engaged in bird rescue in Paynes Creek National Park. TIDE's terrestrial manager, Mario Muschamp, says that in 7 years, the program has rescued and released over 100 yellow-headed parrots.
When we started managing Paynes Creek, one of the first things we saw are lots of parrots, no nesting sites. And so in 2012, we introduced what we call an artificial nest program. And through that artificial nest program, we started producing several birds. Many threats to the species, one of them being poaching, which is the one that we are more concerned about. And what we were seeing is that we were seeing a lot of poaching taking place, especially in neighboring Deep River Forest Reserve, and then a couple times in Paynes Creek National Park. And so what we have done over the years is that we were able to develop sort of an agreement with Belize Bird Rescue to try and help out these at-risk birds.
My name is Oscar Valle. I work with the Belize Bird Rescue, and the purpose for today's visit is to come deliver some yellowheads that we were raising from last year that were in danger of being poached. Okay, so from the time we get them, we raise them, we a special formula we use to hand feed them, and then from there, at different stages where we feel like we're ready to be fed on their own, then we move them into bigger enclosures, and eventually we move them into a even bigger enclosure we have where they're far away from all kind of human interaction or all kind of the noise from other birds. And then from there, at that point, whenever they're ready to be transferred here, then we bring them here for the final step of the release process.
All our pine savannas are being converted, so there's less and less habitat for the species. So if something is not being done at the national level, eventually we'll be losing the species, and our collaborations is try to address that and try to make sure that we don't go that route. And so today's return of the chicks is one way that we see we can help out by rescuing those at-risk chicks and raise them until they can take care of themselves and release them back into the wild where they belong. And so for us here at TIDE and our partners, Belize Bird Rescue, we want to do our portion to see if we can maintain a viable population of the species here in Belize, which has a lot of challenges. For me right now, other than poaching, the biggest challenge is the fragmentation of their preferred habitat or pine savanna ecosystems. Like I said, TIDE alone, Forest Department alone, Belize Bird Rescue alone, we won't be able to do it. It requires a collaboration between all partners, all interested parties who want to keep this bird in its rightful place.
After a few days, the parrots were released into the 38,000-acre national park. Though the conversion of pine forests outside the reserve are being lost to development, birds released over the years are currently reproducing in the park.